Hi everyone, I'm back this week with another video, and it's kind of set up a little bit differently than the other stuff I've been doing. Reason being, today I'm going to be showing you how to use a product and kind of the theory behind these sorts of products instead of just giving you a tutorial on a look. This video has been extremely highly requested by people that come to me at Lancome, at work, tons of friends, and I see it everywhere, so I figured I'd finally show you guys how to use this type of product, which is these type of crazy colored concealers. This is a color wheel I have that when I first got it looked like this. Obviously I'm a little bit of a fan of these products. This one is a cream base, and as you can see there is a green, a purple, a yellow, and then that white one there is just a highlighter, so kind of ignore that for the time being. I've used liquid concealers, these type of cream ones. I really like this Wet n Wild one for like $5 or something over at Rite Aid, I think. But yeah, that one works really well. I've also used some of the Sephora ones, the Lancome ones, which are liquid concealers, and those are really nice too. Definitely a lot more full coverage than these that I have in my hand. So the theory behind these things are, if you go back to really early art class, and if you haven't taken an art class, then Google what I'm talking about. It'll make so much more sense. And you look at a big primary color wheel. You have purple and yellow across from each other, red and green across from each other, orange and blue across from each other, and I hope I'm not missing one. So the theory behind that is, if you have redness, like in your cheeks or something like that, then across from red on the primary color wheel is green. So you would use a green concealer and that would help cancel it out. Same with the purple and the yellow. You have like yellowiness, or you want to neutralize is what they call it. Neutralize your skin tone, then you would use purple on top of that. Or if you have really dark circles, like, you know, all in here and it's really purple or puffy, stuff like that, then that's when you would use the yellow one. Actually, that's what it's for, is to help cancel out all those colors that you don't really appreciate on your face. I know that's a lot thrown at you really quick. This is the best way to try to get that flawless foundation look. It makes your skin so clear underneath, and of course you look like Shrek and whatnot with all that crazy green stuff all over your face, but it does make a huge difference underneath your foundation, and you can use it under powder, under liquid foundation, under BB cream even. I've tried it. So this stuff works really well. At this point you're probably wondering, how on earth do you put this stuff on, right? So I'm going to begin teaching you guys how to use this by showing you the different tools that you can use. Of course you can use your fingers, you know, to just smudge it, blend it out, whatever. If you use a liquid concealer, a really great idea is to use a little concealer brush just like this. This is my Lancome 8 brush, which is a concealer brush. It looks like a little foundation type brush, I guess. That works really well. What I absolutely love to use for this particular product, this cream Wet n Wild one, is just a regular beauty blender like this. All right, so here we are, up close and personal with my naked face. So I'm going to begin by going ahead and concealing up and under my eye. As you can see right here, because I have really bad allergies and I also have really terrible sleeping habits, I have really dark circles. So I'm gonna start by taking this yellow color right here, and I like to just apply it with my finger. I'm just grabbing as much excess as I possibly can with this. It's getting some on my finger and just lathering it on there. Just all over. Don't forget, when you're doing under eye concealer as well, it's really important to blend it downwards like this, so that way it blends into your face instead of just like doing this weird little half circle type thing, because then it makes it evident that you're wearing concealer because it's not blended down. And with this handy dandy beauty blender, I'm just gonna go like this, just blend it out. And as you can see already, it's crazily brightening up underneath my eye. If you like to highlight and contour your face, this is essential to making underneath your eyes pop and be highlighted. Woo! Bear with me, I have a runny nose. It's rainy and snowy and gross outside. Alright, so now that I got all that yellow gun color over my eyes, I'm gonna next go in and use this green one right here. And again, this green color is used to cancel out redness in your face. So if you see stuff at Sephora, like green primers and stuff like that, that's what that's for, is you put a primer underneath your foundation to cancel out that redness in your face. I have a really runny nose today. I'm gonna just put a little bit on the tip right there. I'm not gonna worry about blending it out yet. Also, I'm gonna stick some on my forehead. And I personally have a lot of scars from old stress acne, which is always fun to deal with. That was a joke. Ha. With green concealers in general, you don't want to overdo it because then it becomes impossible to blend out. So you just need a really little bit. I know it looks like I put a lot on, but I just got some on my finger and just wiped it everywhere. This is a little trick that I learned along the way. You can go ahead and blend it out here, but I like to blend my green out with the purple since it is a pretty noticeable color underneath the foundation, like I was just saying. So we're gonna take this purple color right here, and again, this is to neutralize. All right, so what I'm doing here is I just took the purple and kind of put it in between the patches of green. When I blend it out, it kind of eliminates a step within the process of like going, you know, blending out the green and then having to do the purple and then blending that out, blah, blah, blah. Because I'm lazy and I always wake up way too late, so I don't have time to do anything. Taking a handy dandy beauty blender, just gonna blend all that out and blend the green into the purple, like what I was saying. Alright, so this step is totally redundant if you're going to be actually doing your makeup, but for the purposes of showing you guys how to do this, if you care to use a liquid concealer, then this is what it would look like. It's a lot more potent than the other one. And just the same thing, just going in here and just blending it out. Finally, to make underneath your eyes look completely and totally bright, I guess, and awake, that's a good word, awake. I like to use, if I can open it, I like to use a concealer that is probably about 3 to 4 shades lighter than your skin tone. Like you would, you know, when you're contouring using the highlight here, whatever, that color. So I have this MAC concealer that I'm just gonna lather on. And for my skin tone, I just go in and buy like literally the lightest color they have. So that way underneath my eyes looks super, super bright and awake. Get what's appropriate for your skin tone, but do not be shy to going super light because your foundation color is going to be going over it anyways, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just putting some on my chin because that's a problem area for me. Again, like I was saying earlier, be sure to blend it down and out instead of just right underneath your eye, because then you're not doing anything but causing this like weird halo looking thing under your eye. Side note about concealer that is the color of your skin. That's kind of not doing you any favors. If you have, say, like a pimple or something like that and you just keep caking and caking on concealer that is your skin tone, that's all you're doing. It's just caking and caking, but there's still a spot there. And so what you need to do is take something like these right here and eliminate that color that's causing you problems. Not only that, but if you have a dark spot, my personal rule of thumb is however many shades darker that spot is that you're trying to correct is how many shades lighter than your skin tone you have to go in concealer. So to kind of elaborate on that, so like an acne scar or something like that, say that that's like 3 or so shades darker than your skin tone. So I'm going to take a concealer that's 3 shades lighter than my skin tone to kind of cancel out that color, so that way when I put my foundation on, all of my skin will look one color. If you've done a color correcting concealer and a lighter concealer and you've put your foundation on, there's still a spot, that's when I suggest going in with a skin colored concealer. But really you shouldn't be using those too much because, again, the goal is to cancel out that color, and just caking on more stuff that's your skin tone isn't helping you. So that's my little thing about that. I use a liquid foundation, but for today's purposes, I'm just gonna be putting on some powder just so you can see how easily this stuff also can be concealed underneath a light powder. And if you do have some issues trying to blend these really potent concealers underneath powder, go over top of it first with a concealer that is your skin tone. That's what I do sometimes. Like if I'm just using a BB cream. So yeah, you can see my eye area is already way brighter than before. My eyes look like completely sunken in earlier and I look like I had the plague. Ugh. Just wanted to add this as a quick little snippet in case you didn't know what I was talking about. Earlier I mentioned like green and purple primers and stuff like this, and this is what I was talking about. Of course this would go on underneath all that concealer. This would be the first thing you do. Let's see if I can get a little. So yeah, it's just this little green, and once you rub it in, pretend that this is my face and it's all rubbed in. It's not like bright green, so don't be freaked out to buy it or anything. And that's if you have a very red face, then this is something that would be a great product for you. Help to cancel all that out. And that's my spiel about that. Just wanted to clarify since I'm kind of always all over the place. Now that my face is all uniform, I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of blush. Just add some depth. And of course some highlight. I really like to use that white highlight in that color wheel before I highlight. But to be perfectly honest, I'm not going anywhere today, so what's the point? If y'all could hear that, apparently my laundry's done. And there's that. Good enough for now. Well, and there you have it, folks. That's how to use a color correcting wheel, colored concealers, colored primer, all that sort of stuff. So I hope now it's not too intimidating next time you go into a makeup store and see all this stuff. I hope now you'll be able to at least know the basics of how to use it. Also, thanks for bearing with me on the lighting. It's not what I normally do, so I know it washes out, so hopefully it's not too difficult to see the colors in the video. Finally, of course, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, especially, you know, if you have any questions, because I know this was a lot of information. It was really confusing stuff. Doesn't help that I ramble a lot, maybe. So I will have my email in the little info thingy down below, so that way you can email me, shoot me some questions, and especially tell me what you would like to see next, because I love so much all the different stuff you guys send me full of questions, and all that really helps me gain an understanding of what videos I should be doing for you guys. So thank you so much, and I'll be seeing you guys next week.